let's go ahead and give her a little look around, shall we? So you can get to know and see what we're working with. All right, guys. So as you can see, here she is in all her glory. You know, first, right off the bat, you can see that the hood doesn't quite sit the way it's supposed to. Probably just needs a little tinkering on. But let's go ahead and go around to the front, shall we? So, as you can see, I mean, it's really nice, guys. This is in really, really good shape. I mean, the grille is just solid. You know, bumper looks great. There's not a whole lot of damage to the car. I mean, you know, there's a little bit of surface rust on it. But, you know, nothing that's not too easily, or not too difficult. Too easily? Too difficult? Nothing that's not going to cause me a lot of problems fixing. I'm just going to go ahead and just keep panning around so you can just kind of see everything real quick. And we'll go around to the back. Now, the gentleman that sold it to me, I think he accidentally left out a couple little details on what the car needs to get fixed. He said that all it needed was a radiator and some exhaust, if you remember. Well, come to find out that maybe he just kind of forgot a little bit. But it actually needs more than that. It needs a gas tank and a distributor and a lot more than what he mentioned. So let's go ahead and open up the inside. You know, whenever you're restoring a vehicle, it's always good to see extra parts in the vehicle itself. Really lets you know that something has recently gone wrong. But there's a glove box, and it's kind of, you know, looks good. The radio is a little janky, and the dash is a little cracked. But aside from that, I mean, overall, I mean, these seats are, I mean, look at these seats, guys. These are just need a little cleaning up. But aside from that, I mean, I think I'm gonna be able to roll around on these seats for a little while before I have to replace them. I mean, this is good enough to where these are very well going to be the last things that I think I spend the money on. I mean, you can see the door panels, how he said they needed a little TLC. My suspicions seem to be pretty correct in that they're just shot. But you know, if we get up on close to the metal here, you can see that, you know, like I said, aside from a little bit of surface rust, I mean, she's in really good shape. So let's go ahead and get the trunk open, shall we? Figure out which one of these 27 keys he gave me opens it up, because I don't really remember, and it's perfect weather conditions because it's cold and we're outside. So that's lovely. There we go. Always the last one. So, as you can see, more goodies, and this is pretty much how I got it, guys. I mean, the only thing I threw in here was the carb that wasn't even connected to the engine, and well, there's the old distributor that I found. So again, that's why I said this definitely needs a distributor, gas tank, but you know, it's really solid. I mean, I think this right here is about the worst of the rusting issues that I found, and that's nothing. You know, we can work with that, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and have to take a break real quick so I can get this hood open, because I don't have a tripod yet, but I'm definitely gonna get one. So bear with me, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here she is. Again, apologize about that. I'm gonna get a tripod pretty much immediately so I can continue doing this a little bit better. But here's what we got going on under the hood. You know, we got power brakes and power steering over there. Pretty sure that's where that's supposed to go. Missing a couple parts to make the old engine work, but you know, missing that old radiator. But aside from that, I mean, if we focus on the good and not on the stuff that is going to be super easy to, hopefully super easy to replace, I mean, she's really solid. She's really, really solid, y'all. And I couldn't be more happy about that. You know, under the hood looks great. It latches somehow, which is mind-boggling, because as far back as that hood sits, it still is able to catch right there, which is just mind-boggling. So, but there she is. All right, y'all. Well, I think what makes the most sense is to go ahead and get all this junk cleaned out. And I really want to need to see what is under these floor mats, because there appears to be a lot more self-tapping screws holding down this diamond plate style rubber floor mat than what I would really like to see. So I'm going to go ahead and get the seats pulled and then take a look at the metal so we can see, you know, what we're dealing with, and fingers crossed that because of where the truck came, that, you know, there wasn't any water that got down in there and any real moisture and rusted out the floor pan, because I don't want to have to deal with that. So let me go get what I need to, get some tools so we can go ahead and at least get this back seat out real quick and look at that, and then we'll start working on the front. So give me a second. All right, well, let's go ahead and, there's just a lot of self-tappers. That's I'm sure that's, come over here on the passenger side, get that going on, and let's see if we can. Well, that came off pretty easily, so that's encouraging. Let me always something, guys. All right. I think while I got these seats out, I'll go ahead and show y'all a little up closer. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and show y'all what I was talking about here. See, I mean, these are great for how old they are. I mean, that's kind of what you really want to see, something that you can. I went ahead and put my thick camo gloves on because it's a scientific fact that camouflage makes you warmer. So let's go ahead and kick on over to the inside real quick, shall we? All right, guys, so here's what the floor pan looks like with the seat removed, and I mean, it looks pretty great, you know? Got seatbelt there, seatbelt there. No armrest, maybe we'll find that somewhere. That one's seen better days, and we're missing some of them manually automated window roller downers, but aside from that, she's looking pretty good. So let me kind of show you what I was talking about, this custom made here floor mat, which is really nice. Heavy sarcasm. But here's these custom self tappers that they got in here to hold everything up. So this is what really scares me. So I think what we're going to do is get this front seat out. And then, you know, speaking of the front seat, right here, I'm not sure if I did that when I had to climb out of the seat or if it was, or climb out the window, I mean. But you know, I can throw a few little stitches right in there to fix that right back up so that I can ride in her once everything is done and make it so that the seats are the last things that have to be replaced. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some tools and get to working on getting this this here seat out, and then we'll start zipping some of these screws out so we can see just exactly what we're working with. So we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Well, we got some of this custom floor matting up, and looks like we found us a little patchwork here where old Mother Nature decided to do some floor pan porting. So we definitely got some rust to fill out, but I gotta finish getting this apart so I can see the extent of it. It doesn't, at this point, it doesn't even really appear to be that bad, so I'm not quite sure why they did this, unless they just didn't want to weld. But yeah, I mean, you can see, not that this piece right here matters, I mean, but you know, she's in a little worse shape than I was hoping for, but that's all right. So let me go ahead and keep on working at this, and I'll be right back. Well, guys, I'm in the back here working on getting all this junk out, and I got a free crescent wrench that, you know, some things just really surprise you. Why would you put this under this rubber custom floor mat, you know? So thanks for the free crescent wrench and all the rust. We'll be back in a second. Hi, y'all. So I was carrying, you know, where they at? They're right there and right there. Carrying part of the seats out to the whole shop, and which is, for the time being, a 10 by 20 shed. Just thought I'd show y'all around the old shop for a second. Over here is our parts section. Over here is our junk section, and well, this is like our metal fab area, and that's our little keep cool device, and some saddles for the horses, and extra wood and whatnot. So this is what I got to work with for in the future when we pull the engine. So this is what we got. All right, be back in a second. All right, guys. So we got that old custom floor mat out and got the seats out, and she's a little rusty. Really, I think well, the correct way to approach this would be to just replace this whole floor pan from about right there on up forward. And that's probably what I might end up doing. But you know, this guy, this is some real good custom work. You know, I mean, this is Chip Foose quality work. He'd hire this guy on the spot. I mean, you know, when he ran a screw through and didn't grab nothing, you know, he just went ahead and took an accuracy through volume approach and just kept on going until he found something to grab a hold of. So we're gonna leave that like that for the time being. And I think the next step is to go ahead and get my free crescent wrench and let's just go ahead and get all this kind of swept out and cleaned up and vacuumed out a little bit. So we got a little bit better working space. So if we got to get in there, I don't kneel down on something rusty to go right into my old kneecap. Have to go get one of them tetanus shots. But all right, that's where we're at. We'll take a little break. Be right back. All right, guys. Well, I haven't started cleaning it out yet, but what I did do was I went ahead and started pulling these door panels off so we could kind of take a little look on in there and see if they're all rusted out or not. But you know, they're looking really, really good. So, you know, earlier I said that I thought this car was a lot more solid than it is, but you know, it's really not even anywhere almost to be considered bad, in my opinion, considering, you know, the age of this vehicle. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these back panels off and get that off, and probably go ahead and get this headliner down, and then I'll join back up with you in just a second. All right, guys. So what we got done was went ahead and cleaned everything up and got that old nasty headliner out, and you know, pretty much every piece of interior except for this console dash area. But bad news is, found a few more little rust holes, small. Still on the fence on whether or not I should just get a full floor pan or just get some sheet metal and make some real good patches. But the good news is the back is completely solid. I mean, it is much better than the front. The downside is when I was looking at the trunk lid, I found it looked like a little pinhole rust spot that ended up opening up to about a 1 inch long oval. So I'll have to patch that too. But overall, this is where we're at. I think we're at a good stopping point, considering I got about 27.5 seconds of daylight left because it's wintertime in the south. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. And I think the next time I get back to filming, I'll probably be, I'm thinking maybe back glass, trunk lid, hood, and the fenders, get them off. And just get everything cleaned up. So if we can get that accomplished on the next video, I'm going to call that a big win. So that's where we're at. See y'all next time.